We started every morning in Morocco with a glass of tasty mint tea. Our continental breakfast at the Marriott was unlike any other continental breakfast we had ever experienced.
All this kind of business used to be like ruled by the Jewish.
Day 2 in Morocco, we started by telling Jabron exactly the things that we wanted to see as tourists, and then he also made some suggestions as well. So on day 2, we started by seeing the Bahia Palace, the YSL Museum, and then we also took the most amazing trip to the Atlas Mountains, which was his suggestion, and I'm so glad he suggested it. The Bahia Palace is one of the most historical places in the Medina of Marrakesh. It was built in the 19th century, and each tile is handcrafted. It captures the Moroccan style. Si Moussa, who was once a former slave who rose to rank, had this palace built for his wives, children, and concubines. It has 150 rooms, a sunroom, and a garden. The palace is open daily and was about 70 dirham to get inside. After seeing the beautiful Bahia Palace, Bahia meaning brilliance in Arabic, we stepped outside and did a little bit of shopping. Remember, when shopping in Morocco, you can always bargain or haggle down.
Get back from the mountains, I'll take you like in a shop where you can find like everything. Okay? Juice, if it's for water, you could buy it like somewhere.
Continuing our tour of the Medina, we stopped by to see the tallest building in Marrakesh, which happens to be the mosque, and then we continued on to the YSL Museum.
It's okay to say no.
Exactly. A little finesse tip for you, make sure you purchase entry at the YSL Museum for both parts. So there's a garden and there's a museum, but if you purchase the ticket to both parts, you can avoid that long, hideous line.
Oh, it's a beach. It's a beach. We gotta go right here. Oraya boş.
So cool in here.
You have a garden inside of your home, like an atrium.
I'm in the garden.
And the good. I like
Goya. I like Goya. I like Goya. Bring me my father. Set my spirit free. Bring me So inside the actual blue house, there's no photography, but I captured this for y'all. But go see the inside. It's a must. And of course, when you exit the blue house, there is shopping available. The bags were pretty pricey, but if you got it, spend it. We left the YSL Museum and headed to the Atlas Mountains.
This is my mom and my dad.
Okay.
See people how they're living. They still riding donkey.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's much better than staying in the city the whole day. Oh, the woman, the Berber woman, made it.
In the mountains, we went to a village museum where we learned so much about the Beber
This is-
people.
In English, you call it pantry door. Pantry door for storage food, like for eating in house, for wheat, corn, all the food. This is the mortar in a pastel for flour, for making bread, couscous for eating in house. And you know this one now? What you say? What is that? What do you think about that? Some idea?
Food.
Again?
For food.
For food? Which food? For making
Rice?
Bread.
Like,
Rice.
Like the flat bread.
you know, this is a grind mill for making flour. For making flour, for making bread. So the woman put it the wheat, corn. Sometimes only is one like this. Ooh.
Grind
Like
it.
the machine, you know, for making flour, for making. Are you know blender?
Mm.
This is a Berber blender. And this is the bread oven
Oh.
for making bread. You know, each family has a bread oven like this. The mother in the house every morning she make bread for all the family every day. Wheat, corn, all the food. This is the olive press. This is the olive press. The people put the olive here, then turn this one like this, push it down. The olive oil come from here automatically. And you know this one? Know what you say? What is that? Some idea what you say? What do you think?
Tea.
What do you again?
Tea.
No, for something liquid in the house, in the kitchen.
A pot, a pan,
For making what? Something liquid. For something liquid in the kitchen. What do you have
a
liquid?
faucet.
No,
Water?
no.
Making of the refrigerator.
No.
Milk?
Exactly. This is for milk.
Oh.
But what do you make from milk? What is it for?
You can use
Cream,
it for
butter.
cream, butter, and
This
bread.
is a butter churn.
Oh.
The woman put the milk, then touch hole in the roof, then the woman shake it like that. 2 hours, 3 hours, shake it for making the butter. The butter come up and a butter milk in the dough.
Ah.
Strong woman, Berber fitness, Berber gym. In the house. That's
Gotta
this
be.
hole. Yeah, this hole. This is for storage olive oil. This is a reserve for olive oil in the house, not in the pot. Directly there. 200 something liter for each family. We eat lot of olive oil in the Berber houses, in the Berber kitchens. This one is for couscous. The woman put the couscous here, water with vegetable, fire, and then down the couscous steamer.
Ah.
That's for steamer, couscous steamer in Morocco. 2 hours, 3 hours for cooking the couscous. And another one, this is a belt for making the tent. That's the belt, big belt for making the tent.
Oh.
And another one, this is horizontal beams. That's the horizontal for the roof of the tent, for making the tent. And so there is a small pegs for tuning the tent. Pegs in English for tuning the tent. You know this one now? What you say? What is that? What do you think?
A pipe.
Pipe? No.
It's for honey.
For honey? What do you mean?
Oh no, it's to
Cheating.
get them out of the nest, the honeybee thingy, so they can get the honey, extract it.
So in English is what do you call it? That
A-
bee smoker.
A bee smoker, yeah.
That's bee smoker for smoking bees in a beehive to keep them away, to keep them quiet, for to get the honey. Exactly.
Oh, they
Bee
put it in there and
smoker,
it come out.
exactly. This one is a beehive for the bees.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
There is a
yeah.
little hole. The bees don't tray out from here. From
Oh,
this.
yeah,
There is a
they
little hole
have
here.
honey like that.
Yeah, that's the beehive in the house.
Nice.
Upstairs, please.
Be careful, Mom.
Is easy. You should be study carpet by two option. First by color. Yellow is for man, red is for woman. Yellow for man, red is for woman. So if I wanna get married, I go first to ask the parent of the bride. For example, if they are accepted, yeah, absolutely. Then after that, I talk with the bride. For example, sometimes if I wanna talk with her, I go to the home of the family, talk with her in the house. So we don't live all together until the night of the wedding. Then after that, my wife, yeah, in the house, everything.
It's over.
Wow.
Absolutely.
He told us that there were about 6 people in each family in this village, which makes about 1,200 people in the entire village.
The
The
experience.
Atlas Mountains, and we learned so much about the Beber people. This trip has been so informational. Like, I have really enjoyed this learning that we've done. We've learned so much in Spain, we've learned so much in Marrakesh, but now we're outside of Marrakesh, on the outskirts, in the town, in the mountains. And he said, what's so amazing to me is that they live a really simple life. For about 200 US dollars, which is 20,000 dirhams, 6 people in a whole family get by. And they don't marry for love. They marry to prolong their heritage, to prolong, to have heirs. So they don't care about love. Love comes eventually.
It does.
But they live a simple, beautiful life. And I'm just overjoyed that we came here.
The air is beautiful. You're coming?
The weather is amazing. Like, it was hot, but then it got hot.
Look at those sheep down there. Sheep. Chilling sheep. Pottery over that way.
Look at him over there playing with the ball.
Who?
That little baby boy, just living his life.
And we're going back down these stairs.
After learning so much, we worked up quite the appetite and we headed to have dinner on the river. This was amazing, man. This sight, I will never forget this.
You could swim.
Can I swim?
Yeah.
I can swim to save my life.
Sorry?
I can swim enough to save my life.
نعم. جيب لي أول شوية بسيطرة.
ها هي.
خلي بس براي. قلبها واش قلبها.
Morocco had the best views, the best hospitality I ever experienced, and some of the best food.
Shaky. Now I'm good. Whoa.
Hey!
Whoa. You scam.
Sorry, I'm a bit crazy.
We made it. Oh! Yeah, I'm good.
It's just
I fall with the phone. Boom. That's good for video laughter later.
Go. Go. Up from here.
You need a ride? They're gonna say to us, what did you say that human trafficking? We'll never see Toya again. 10,000 dirham if you want her back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So after
Oh,
we finished
man.
eating, we hopped back in the car to head to the city. But we definitely made some stops through the village on our way back to make some cool purchases. One of the shops we stopped at in the mountains was actually in a section of somebody's house. So he gave us a tour of his house as well. So everything that we saw in the museum, we saw in someone's house. This stuff was mind-blowing. To look at the way we live versus the way they do simple things like wash dishes. It was a cool experience just to see how other people live their life.
And this
It's cold. There is dishwashing machine. The water comes from the river by little strength. There is oven for bread, machine for couscous. After there to prepare in tagines to boil water, and that one for spices. By the way, it's a convertible kitchen. When it rains, we close with the cover. ده كيف بروت الماء الخروج I have here there is the reserve, okay?
Oh, you have
There is the
onions.
reserve of flour that we make in the mill. We use those to keep olive oil, dry onions, and different sifters to sift flour. And we have this machine here to make butter. It's like a churn. You know,
Oh, the shaker.
yeah, we put the milk inside, we shake it 1 hour, then the milk becomes butter.
Oh, only 1 hour?
You want to try? When it's cold, 1 hour and a half.
Oh, really? When it's
Try-
cold?
try
When you
mine.
say when it's cold?
Yeah,
Yeah,
every
that-
time.
Not this fast like that.
It's better. No, it's a living room. sorry.
Yeah.
Living room.
Living room. Okay. Where your guests come and hang.
Yes, where we receive a lot of people.
Oh, this is the living room?
No, but we have to separate men and women. This is
So these were some of the cool finds that I purchased while in the mountains. Some stones, a purse, a dress, a nice necklace. But thank you for tuning in. There's more to come from Marrakesh, so we'll see you on the next one. Peace.